Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Gemma and I'm coming to you as always from my home in Devon. I am finally back with a regular podcast episode, so if you enjoy seeing knitting, crochet and just hearing a bit about just stuff in general, then this is the place for you. I've got quite a lot to share with you this week. I think a hoe, so no finishes at all for the last few weeks, but I do have a couple of half objects for you, and I've got some finished sewing projects as well to share and loads of progress on lots of other things, so buckle up. I hope you're well and have had a really good August. I can't believe it's the 30th of August already. In 2 days it will be September. Yeah, it's just flown by, and I know I've not been around for a few weeks, but we've been super busy. We've had visitors for 2 weeks. We were just at a wedding yesterday, or a re-wedding as I'm calling it. My father and mother-in-law renewed their wedding vows yesterday on their 10th anniversary, so we were out for that. And so what with everything else, plus teaching, plus all the things, I haven't really had chance to get back. So I'm so happy to be back chatting to you this week. Yeah, I'd love to know what you're working on, what you've been up to. Tell me your August highlights in the comments down below. I'll give you your keyword a bit later. Also, excuse the hair, I had a kind of updo type thing yesterday. Did it myself. Can't brush the kinks out, so you're gonna have to put up kinky hair gem today. Right, so first of all, let's go with crochet, just because it's been bringing me so much joy at the moment. I've done a little bit of progress on my son's crochet blanket. I popped in this quite moody and muted rainbow colour, actually. It's quite moody and muted compared to the rest of the blanket. But there was a lot of it, so I got a good sort of 4 or 5 rounds, and this is leftovers from, I'm pretty sure it's a Heart and Soul sock yarn that I knit socks for my dad in, like kind of muted rainbow socks. I think it goes all right. I mean, obviously the rest of the blanket is really zingy and cheerful, but I'm sure when I put some more colours in, that'll have a bit of balance. Let me see if I can find my marker. It's there. So last time you saw it, it was down here, and I've put all that onto it. This, to be honest, is perfectly big enough for a lap blanket for my 3-year-old. So it's nice. He can use it and I can just grab it and add to it as we go. It's just a crochet granny square. I love making them. I find them really therapeutic. The next one, I said I wasn't going to show again until after my friend had visited, my friend Lee, but she's got her knickers in a bit of a twist about that. She doesn't want a surprise. She wants to see it as it's progressing. She's really enjoying it. So this is Lee's blanket. You can see, you might be able to see my, oh, where's it gone? I just had it. There's a little red ice cream. Oh, there we are. My little red ice cream hanging on there. And you can see I've done about 4 or 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rounds on this one as well. This one is getting much bigger. My favourite is still this rainbow that I've added in, but I've just chucked in a few minis since then, so it's getting kind of kaleidoscopic and multicoloured and very exciting. So yeah, I'm loving that. Again, quite a comfortable lap blanket, so if I don't get any more done to it, 'cause the aim is for it to be guest bed sized eventually, but if I don't get any more done to it anytime soon, it's not going to be a problem. It's still going to be super cozy for the autumn. The next thing I've got to share with you, I am so excited about. It's really close to being off the needles, or at least the body's really close to being off the needles. I lost my second ball of yarn. Quite how, when it is the size of my head and bright blue, I couldn't tell you, but I managed to lose it in the great tidy up of 2025. But I have found it and I will be able to join this ball on. So I'm so pleased with my progress here. Look, I'm so pleased. Oh, let's move you back. Whoop. There you go. Ta-da! It is, as you can see, oh, hang on, let's move you back again. You're going to see more and more of my sofa, my messy living room, but there we are. Oh, there we go. It's almost wearable. If I stand up, you can see, I think it's designed to be cropped, and these are kind of high-waisted jeans, and it just about sits where it should. I'm not sure. I think I might do it just a wee bit longer. Definitely, I think a wee bit longer for this one. May even hack it to have a split hem. But I love, hello, I love the colour. I think it's really lovely. And look at that detail on the back. That little bit of lace just really gives it something, doesn't it? Don't you think? I'm really pleased with it. And to be honest, I think you could probably wear it either way round as well, which would be fun. So yeah, so I have done pretty much all of this since you last saw it. I think I just about joined in the middle, and you've got to work for 32 centimetres from the join for my size. And I do think I want it to just be a little bit longer, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then it's the I-cords on the edge. So this, if I haven't told you already, let's bring you back. So this is the Emmanuel tee by Johanna, name I can't pronounce, I'll put it down here. It calls for a DK weight cotton. This is definitely more like an Aran weight cotton, but I really don't mind. The style is meant to be kind of boxy and oversized. I'm a bit of a fan of a wide neck, to be honest. I'm not beyond it slipping off one shoulder alluringly. Never been alluring in my life. But I do enjoy that look. And because it's meant to be boxy and a bit oversized, and it's kind of a summer top, she says, as it's pouring with rain outside and the burr months are almost on us. Yeah, I was so close. I was so close to getting it done. I don't mind. I think it's fab, and I'm really pleased to use this yarn up in stash. It's quite weighty. I've used a full, I'm pretty sure, I want to say these are 200 or 300 gram balls. I'll have to weigh it, but it's quite a lot of yarn. So yeah. Oops, oh no, disaster. I've just pulled some stitches off my needles. Let's get them back on now. Which needle have they come off of? That one, I think. Oh, I'm slightly delirious, can you tell? There we go. So I'm really excited to share this one with you. I can't really work on it when my son's awake and needing me, because I need to keep rough track of where I am with the lace. I have been working on it at knit night at Will on the X, because it's the summer and because my shifts are changing and life's changing. I'm actually able to get there more often. So I think I've been 3 times this summer so far. I really wanted to go this past week, but we were getting ready for yesterday's wedding, so that's fine. I'll go next week. And actually just sitting there for an hour and a half in good company just really helps me get on with it, because I will admit, the pattern is great and it's beautiful and it's well written. I don't think English is her first language, so it is a translation. But as far as translations go, it's pretty good and it's pretty easy to follow. She was also amazing in getting back to me when I needed a little bit of help at the start, and something to do with the raglan decreases. I am, and I don't know if it's just where my head is at the moment, I do keep getting up to do other things. Like I'll do half a round and then I'll get up and tidy something or something like that. I mean, you could just say, well, just make sure your house is tidy before you start, but hey, that's never going to happen. That's never going to happen. It's always going to be something to do. But yeah, I'll just show it to you again, because I'm just so happy. I can't wait to have this. I keep covering my face as well, but I just want to show you. I can't wait to have this off the needles and to wear. And I think because it is like an Aran weight, although it's a cotton, I might get away with it and kind of cooler on the warmer autumn days. I might get away with it as well. What's next in my bag then? Well, I don't know if I've shown you this already or not, so apologies if I have, but this was my first Christmas sock. Again, it's a head over heels, and I think it's called Yuletide or something like that. I can't remember. I really can't remember. But it's a really super sparkly yarn. It's a style craft. It was quite fun to make. There's only 1 or 2 dodgy splodges. You know, I've had a bit of a mixed experience with Stylecraft self-striping yarns and dodgy splodges. But as far as dodgy splodges go, it's not too bad. Only 1 or 2, and I can live with that. So I was a super good girl. And I have now knit, this isn't a completed pair, because I want them to kind of be clear whose is whose. And I wasn't about to wind off to get back down to the red, because I was here. You can see how far I'd had to have wound off. I've knit my husband's first sock. you can see it's just a little bit bigger. I haven't got this one on a blocker, but you can see I've done a bit of a longer leg, and there's obviously a significant difference in the feet, in the toes. There we are. Ooh. There you go. I mean, just look at that Christmas sparkle. It's amazing. So yeah, so I did that and I cast that off. We actually had an A&E visit at the start of this week. We had some visitors, and just as they were leaving, Robin got really excited, dashed across the floor, and as is the nature when you've got visitors, there are things on the floor that wouldn't usually be there. And I think one of Robin's things had been dropped and I hadn't picked it up, and he just went, cracked the back of his head. No blood, no bump, nothing really to worry about. Put a cold compress on it, as you do, gave him lots of comfort and cuddles. And then he said to us a little while later, it's like, the room needs to stop moving now. We're like, oh, okay, it's moving. And then we got him to stand up and walk across the lounge to me. And as he walked, he sort of went, whoa. And we're like, so we were there. They were really short on doctors. I think they had one doctor. And the way our A&E works is they separate out children and grown-ups. I think that's pretty common now. So typically, if you're in there as a child, you get seen pretty quick. And it's a separate waiting room, and it's quite nice. Like, you're not getting all the like guts and gore of a bank holiday evening that you sometimes get in A&E. Yes. But we were there until 2 a.m. So I got almost all of Alan's sock knit then. I did all the foot and pretty much up to the toe. And I think I just finished the toe the next day on the dog walk. And because I'm super virtuous and had got to that point again with the red, I wound off the little bit I needed to get to the red to do mine. So we know that mine are going to have the red cuffs. So I've started my second sock. So we're on our way to having our Christmas Eve socks done. Do you guys have any Christmas Eve traditions that you like to do, either just for yourself or if you've got a family at home? Is there anything you'd like to do? I'd love to hear about them. So we've got, the last couple of years, I've done Alan and Robin matching socks for Christmas. This year, I'm hoping to get all three of us socks done. Not entirely sure if Robin will wear his. He seems to be moving out of his wanting knitted socks on his feet stage, and that's totally my fault. I put this sock stop stuff on, which is brilliant, and it just gives your socks a little bit of grip, and we've got laminate and tile downstairs, super slippy, and so really this was needed. My son quite often falls over and bangs his head. He doesn't need the help of slippy socks on a slippy floor. But I think because he could feel the dots underneath his feet, put him right off. He doesn't trust knitted socks anymore. He point blank refuses to wear all of them, which makes me a little bit sad. But I'm hoping as he gets a bit older and he understands that actually they don't all feel like that he'll wear them again. We'll see. So I'm going to make him the Christmas socks, so he's got the option, and we'll see where we go. So there we are, 2 hos, ho ho, and 1 on the way. Getting properly festive now, aren't we? So the other garment I've got on the go that I've not brought to show you is the arrowhead tunic. The reason I've not brought it to show you is because it doesn't really look any different to before. The tunic itself, the length is definitely longer, but it's just a few more inches of stocking stitch, as it's not really worth wasting your time having a look at. I'll show you when it's done. But I've been doing that. When I didn't have a sock, I took that to the park, and while Robin was playing in the play park, I was wandering around knitting the stocking stitch, and I got a good chunk done. But I've been prioritising my Emmanuel tee for me and this one. Here we go. So this is the very nearly completed hopscotch hoodie, except for I might not do it with a hood. So there's the front. There's the back. What's that got on it? Oh, it's a piece of needle. So there's the front, there's the back. And remember last time I told you to use your imaginations? I think I upset a few of you like that, I'm sorry. I also have a completed sleeve. So there's one sleeve, and because I'm being very, very good, I have actually cast on and completed the rib and started I want to call it the body of the second sleeve, so you can see that that's underway as well. So my hope is that by next time I speak to you, I would like all the pieces of this hoodie knit and done, hopefully sewn together, but I am going back to work on Monday, so we shall see. And I would like the body of the Emmanuel cast off. Those are my goals for next time I speak to you. I've not really done that before. I've not really sort of set goals, but I kind of feel like I can do it. I'm really enjoying using up my yarn and finishing works in progress, and we are headed towards October, so in about, I think I've got 10 weeks left until it's a year since I did my whip walk of shame, and I really want to do a whip walk of shame review and see what's happened. There have been some finishes, there have been some frogs, there have been some new cast-ons, so it's anybody's guess right now whether I will have fewer works in progress than I did a year ago in November, or whether I will have more. And I think it'd be fun to just see what's changed since then. Yeah, it'd be good fun. Good to see. Having said that, it will be November, so there is every possibility that I'll have just thrown caution to the wind and cast on loads of things for Christmas that I probably have absolutely no chance of completing. But I never said which Christmas. That's the thing to remember. I've just found a finished object. Whoop whoop. It's not very exciting, but it's a finish and it counts. Another dishcloth or face cloth. I think this one's quite soft. It's the Rowan Cotton Soft DK. I think it's called Cotton Soft. No, Rowan Summerlight DK. So these are leftovers from the chime cardigan that I knit, and I've just been working it up into dishcloths, and I have actually finished that one. So there you go, there's a finished object. I'm like the podcast that keeps on giving, right? Oh, I did actually have a look, and I've got so much of that cotton left over. I thought, what am I doing making it all into dishcloths? I could maybe do like a little crop top or something in it. So that would look quite cute. So I did have a look on Ravelry, and I'd had a look through all my knitting books, and I didn't see anything that really jumped out at me. But I did think a stripy top of some sort would look really cool. But I don't think I've got enough to do one in my size. I couldn't find anything sort of appropriate for my son. So they might just be dishcloths for everyone for Christmas. I'll just have a stack of them and it'll be fine. Dishcloths, face cloths, they make nice little gifts, won't they? And it is really, I don't know why I'm showing it to you again because it's just garter stitch, but it's really soft. It's kind of a self-drafted pattern. I mean, call it pattern very, very loosely. There are lots of free dishcloth patterns online. I will write this up and pop it down below for you if you fancy giving it a go with some of your leftovers. We find them really useful. Sticking with cotton, but moving back to crochet, I have a new project to share with you. I started it this morning and it's taken me 2 hours so far. I'm not finding it the easiest thing in the world, but there you go. I don't know why it's making me laugh so much. I think it's just because it's so like, it stands up on its own and it's just the most bizarre thing. It's got a knobbly end as well. I really did struggle with this. But this is a snake's tail. So this is a snake's tail. It's just that it's so stiff is what's making me laugh, because it just stands up on its own. I was expecting it to be sort of, you know, curly and floppy. But it isn't. It's just got a life of its own in this cotton on such a tight gauge. It's I'm working it from this book. Here you go. Is that my thumbnail? So this is a book that probably needs no introduction to most of you. It's by Kerry Lord, who is the designer behind the Toft brand. It's quite a big brand. It's been going for donkey's years now. I think maybe pushing 20 years. Perhaps, I don't know. But this is from one of her books, Wild. And when I was visiting Laura of Dartmoor Yarn, I took Robin with me, if you remember. And he fell in love with Giant Crochet Dragon. And we were like, no. But then he said he really did quite like the snake. And I thought, a snake seems doable to me. I'm not very good at amigurumi. I'm very new to it. I want to be good at it. I think it's great. And I think versus knitted toys, the structure and definition you can get with amigurumi is much better. I really enjoyed doing that little octopus the other week out of the Search Press kit. And I thought, yeah, how hard can this be? How hard can it be? I'll tell you how hard it can be. It took me 8 goes to do the first 3 rounds. So you start with a magic loop. All of them are magic rings or magic circles, whatever you want to call it. And then it's very small circumference crochet. So it's like 4 stitches, and that carries on for a little while. And that makes it so tricky for me as a beginner to work into. So it's not as simple as you would at first think. I think the other thing is the designs in this book, and it's one of a series. I think there's Wild, there's Farm, I want to say there's Ocean. Let's see, does she have the titles of any others in the front here or in the back? I can't see the titles of any other books here, but there are a few. She does it in her merino yarn, which is obviously by its very nature softer. So it probably wouldn't do that if I was not doing it in cotton. But for me, cotton for amigurumi seems like a pretty good shout. I got this ball of Anchor Creativa from Laura when we were there. Robin chose the bright yellow, which is nice. She didn't have any of the green, so he chose the yellow. And then I thought I might have a copy of the book already. We used to stock this when I ran a yarn shop, and obviously Search Press distributes the books. So I thought I might have a copy. Turns out I didn't, so I went back and bought it from Laura recently. And it is $14.99, which when I parted with the money, I thought, God, this is quite a lot for a snake. But I hadn't appreciated just how many projects you get in here. 25 miniature crochet patterns for £15, and it's a really lovely book as well. So I think actually it's really good value for money, and I like the size. It sits nicely on any shelf, like all good designer books. It lends itself to you collecting the whole series. I'm not doing that. But yeah, I'm trying the snake. So it took me 4 goes to do the first few rounds, just because I started to find it really difficult to work into. And also it kept turning itself inside out, which is fine. I could crochet it inside out. It would just look a little bit different. So I did manage in the end to get it so that it's on the outside. So I think I'm on round 39. I'm possibly not. I'm possibly much further than that, but trying to count as you're working around is a little bit tricky for me. I'm a little bit mathematically challenged. Let's have a look. So there's your starting, and then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. Oh, that says I've only done 37, which means I'm 2 rows short. It's not going to matter. It's a snake. It really doesn't matter. Also, it's got really dark. I do apologise. It's a grey, rainy day. My son is really excited about getting this soon. Yeah, he's really happy about it, and hopefully I'll be able to finish it for him maybe this weekend. So there's 3 goals then, aren't there? I need to finish the hopscotch, I need to finish this snake, and I want to get the body of the Emmanuel tea off by next weekend's video. So we'll see if I manage to do that or not. Okay, last little bit of crochet to share with you is my husband's blanket. Again, I can't remember where we were when I last showed you. I'm trying desperately to find... Oh, is that the Christmas tree there? Have I really added that much on? I don't know. I think I'd already done the greens when I showed you last time. I don't think I was down there. I think I was sort of up here. But you can see I'm now adding this beautiful kind of rust colour in. And again, it's sort of comfortable lap blanket size. So if nothing else, we will all have cozy laps this winter. Again, it's just a granny square. I say just, like it's beautiful. Granny squares are beautiful. I love them. I absolutely love them. I have come to the realization that granny square garments are not for me. So I have parted ways with my crocheted granny square book that I won from the West Yorkshire Spinners. I have passed that on to someone else who will love it. But the actual action of making a granny square blanket, that's me. That's me. I love it. What is your most comforting project? The one that makes you feel the happiest, the most at ease, the most at home, the most comfortable? Doesn't have to be a favourite project to make, but just what's your most comforting project? I'd absolutely love to know. I found this the other day that I'd forgotten about. It's the start of a cowl. I haven't done any more to it, but I'm showing you now so that hopefully next time you see it, there'll be a bit more progress. It's the free hat pattern that I get from Wool on the X when I teach the Intro into Knitting in the Round course, which incidentally I'm going to teach this afternoon. So I thought it'd be good to have on hand as a Christmas gift. So there we are. Building up those Christmas makes. The final thing I've got to show you, again, I'm not sure where this was. This could be exactly the same as it was last time I showed you, is the Halloween blanket. I really love the green that I've added in. So the colours are coming from For the Love of Yarns 2021 or 2 advent calendar. It's on the yak silk base, which is why it's muted and moody. I'm really enjoying it. Again, it's quite little. I just want Robin to be able to use it on Halloween. I had hoped that we'd all be able to snuggle under it together, but I think that might be a touch ambitious, just a touch. So that's all I've got to show you at the moment in terms of knitting and crochet. I do have a little bit of sewing that I've done. Some of you, one or two of you, it's not been a popular video, have seen my sewing vlog from earlier in the week where I sewed a little dress for my niece. I've just this morning been sent a picture of her wearing it and it's just so cute. I'm really proud. I definitely want to sew more things in the future. But last weekend I knocked up a couple of pairs of shorts for my son and my nephew, and I have it on good authority that nephew likes the shorts. My son definitely likes the shorts. I'm going to just grab them and show them to you. I'm really proud of them. While I'm grabbing that, let's go back to Gemma of a couple of weeks ago and I'll just show you the finished object of the dress. So I won't put the whole vlog in here. No, and if sewing vlogs aren't for you, totally fine, totally respect that. But I just really want to show you the dress. Can I show you the dress, please? I'm going to go and grab the shorts. Cycle back to Gemma from before. Okay, so I totally forgot to record a lot of this dress because I didn't realise it would stop recording. I made a couple of adjustments. I did a double tucked hem. It wanted me to just fold up the edge once and zigzag the raw edges, but you saw what happened on the facing. I'm really pleased with the fabric, but also the pattern placement. This fox is pretty much directly in the middle and the line follows down all the way. The buttonholes I'm really happy with. You can see I've clipped it with quilter's clips here because I haven't yet got the right buttons. The other adjustment I made was I did a line of, it's not going to focus. I did a line of top stitching all the way around the top just to help the facing stay flat. And I couldn't find a hand sewing needle, so I just tacked the facing down at the seams like that either side. I don't think it particularly notices. It's a child's play garment anyway, but no, I'm really happy with it. The hem is not quite as wonky as it looks. It's to do with the way the fabric's sitting, but I'm just so pleased. Yeah, there you go, folks. I'm really happy with that. Hello, I'm back and I have the shorts. They are every bit as gloriously hideous as I thought they would be, and I love them and the boys love them. Here we go. Aren't they ridiculous? I just think they're so much fun. They are so much fun. I'm really pleased with the fabric, how I managed to do the placement of the fabric in terms of vertical. In terms of horizontal, leave a little bit to be desired. The train is, yeah. Anyway, I had a bit of a whoopsie with this one though. My son wore them at the weekend and the seam has split on the bottom. I think I didn't do enough of a seam. I think I had it quite narrow and it needed to be a deeper seam. You can see it's just come completely off there. So I need to go back and reinforce that seam on his seat. But it's a learning activity. I really don't mind. He's going to get a bit of wear out of it this summer. Not sure if they'll fit next summer or not, but they're play shorts. The idea is they are for him to run around and play in and get mucky. And yeah, I'm just really pleased to have used the fabric up. In the end, I couldn't find the pattern that the shop sent to me. They sent me a replacement pattern with the right sizes. Couldn't find what I'd done with it. So all I did in the end was took the pyjama trousers that I'd sewn last year, the orange dino ones, and I just cut half the leg off and used that pattern and those instructions. So it's a bit shorter, but it still comes down to just below his knees. So they're a good length for him to run around and play in. And I think also because of the elastic, I think he might get maybe a summer or two's wear out of them before they're too small, which is pretty good, especially if I managed to reinforce that. He was a little bit sad that they split and I feel really bad for him. But yeah, so not bad for a remnant of fabric. I got 2 pairs of shorts out of it and had a lot of fun doing it. It was really quick when I got going. First of all, I made a mistake. I put the normal foot on the sewing machine, but I forgot to check what setting the sewing machine was on, and it was still on the buttonhole setting from when I'd done the buttonholes on my niece's dress. So essentially the needle got jammed in the mechanism of the where the needle goes down and picks up the thread from the bobbin. So I had to take it apart to get the needle out. So I was really worried that it wasn't going to break. And then when I put it back in, there was something going really wrong with the thread from the bobbin. And I realised I'd re-put the bobbin well. I'm making up words here. I'm calling it a well, and you will know what I mean. I'd put it in incorrectly, and I just needed to sort of twizzle it round. And when that was done, that was fine. I did get there in the end, but it is very much a lesson in don't rush, take your time. Maybe don't try and do it at 11 o'clock at night. In terms of using up my stash, I don't have any stats to share with you right now. I'm going to do the previous month's stats in the first episode of the subsequent month, if that makes sense, because then I know it's completely done. I'm headed off to Wool on the X this afternoon to teach a class, and I'm taking a big bag of yarn to donate with me, so I need to weigh that, and that will be going in the stats. So I will have a dishcloth, about 20 grams if I'm lucky, and whatever I donate going out. In terms of coming in, I do have the mulled wine yarn from West Yorkshire Spinners, and the chances are I'm probably going to end up casting that on this week because it's just so beautiful. So we shall see. We'll see what happens. Anyway, your keyword for today is cozy comfort, or cozy or comfort, you choose. Combination of the two, both, none, well, one, be good. Let me know what you are doing to feel cozy and what your comfort makes are. Anything you'd like me to know in the comments below. I'm really enjoying chatting with you and getting to know you all. Take care. Bye.